Hey YouTube World, I am back with another video today. As you can see, I have a number of things here in front of me. And as we all know, Amazon Prime Day is coming up. Now, I'm not saying any of these items are definitely going on sale, but I figured it would be fun for me to compile all of the things I have ordered from Amazon that is purse related. And a number of these things I've talked about on my channel already, but I figured it will be easy for you if I consolidated everything into one video. Again, this is focusing on purses, right? And all the things that I found to be useful, especially when you do buy from the pre-loved market, or if you have older pieces that you are looking to so that it lasts for you for years or decades to come. If there are deals on this and after watching this video and you found that you want to test out any of these products, definitely add them to your cart, see if it goes on sale on Prime Day. And all of this is actually relatively cheap, but if you can get a deal on it, why not? So let's just jump right into it. So obviously, I did not get my Hermes Picotin from Amazon. I'll just start with that. But kind of just like in no particular order, I do want to talk about how I've tried a lot of products, and these are the ones that I come back to again and again. I've been purchasing a lot of pre-owned from the Japanese markets. A lot of them do come with minor flaws, right? At one point, I was restoring a lot of Louis Vuitton classic monogram pieces, the canvas pieces, and a lot of them did come with a little bit beat up vachetta straps or, leather pieces that is on the bag that I was able to make better. And then of course there's hardware on these monogram pieces. So I was able to polish them off and make them look a little bit more brand new. And then of course other pieces are leather. I've talked about my Chanel restoration process. If you haven't checked that video out, I will definitely link it down below. Or any black bags in general is really easy to restore and touch up. The first thing I'll talk about is the what is this? An Apple brand product. So I'm just gonna call it Apple Leather Care. I found this one to be really nice and helps restore the leathers that come with bags that looks a little bit dull. And then of course this does conditioning it. Just be really careful with this because it could stain your leather. So you wanna use it with a microfiber towel. So I usually just dab a little bit of it onto the cloth here, and then I'll just go like this just to spread it out. Not sure what was going on here. I think my boyfriend had some sort of project that he's decided to cut 2 holes. I promise this is not for my dog. But yeah, so I usually go like this and then just spread it out on the microfiber towel. You definitely want to use a microfiber towel because then it doesn't shed on your leather bag. And obviously this you can just easily toss into the wash to reuse over and over again. You can get it on Amazon. I'll link everything I talk about will be linked down below for your convenience. So I tend to buy in smaller quantities just because I know these are reusable. So this is usually what I would do when it comes to applying leather conditioner on any of my bags. The other thing I want to mention is baby wipes. Kind of jumping all over the place here. I'm just looking at whatever things I see in front of me and just grabbing it. So going back to the vachetta, I've done a lot of research on how to, touch up or restore vachetta pieces, whether it's the strap or just like the piping and whatnot. You want to clean things off again. Bags can get really dirty, right? Especially you buy from the pre-loved market. You want to use baby wipes because it does not contain alcohol. And you can just get this at like CVS or Walgreens or Walmart, wherever you want to go. This doesn't contain alcohol, so you want to clean it off first. And then you want to use the leather conditioner when it comes to putting back some, moisture into the vachetta. Some people say you want to use the leather conditioner first, then use the baby wipes, then go back to the leather conditioner again. For me, I don't have time to wait like 24 hours, another 24 hours, and then go back with another layer of conditioner. So I usually just do depending on the condition of the vachetta, I usually just use the baby wipes first and then just do the leather conditioner. Maybe I'll do a second layer as well. So this one has been a tried and true product in my opinion. Another one that you may want to think about is protecting your bag. This one has been really popular with Carbon Pro. I'll also link the Kiwi one. I feel like they're about the same. So you can definitely purchase both and see which one works better for you. This works on my suede shoes, anything leather related, just to protect it from the rain. So it's definitely also read the directions and make sure to hold it, at least 12 inches, right? So that you don't get any water spots or stains from this particular product. This is something I also use from time to time when I'm restoring vachetta, is using the leather conditioner and the baby wipes, and then also saddle soap. This is applicable for your shoes or any leather, but definitely test it out before you just go ham on and glob it on. This one is in a neutral color, I believe, and I would normally just get like a brush or old toothbrush, get a little bit on, and then start scrubbing where you want to clean off the particular leather spot. When it comes to the hardware, I have used this one. I actually stole this one from my boyfriend. He was using it to restore metal watch straps. And this one works pretty well. You just have to be really careful of it, and it does kind of shed everywhere as it's working its magic. I use this. I also bought this one, the metal polishing cream. You can see this one's still pretty full because I prefer to use this one instead. Louis Vuitton hardware, this one works really well. And you basically use a Q-tip and then just go polish like you would, I guess, like your fine silverware. So you're wondering why I have like surgical tools here. The reason why I purchased these is because of the picks. Sometimes when you use the metal polish, it can get into the crevices of Louis Vuitton hardware. So I would kind of use this and be very careful about picking out the leftover polish from this mother's bullet. I would also initially use these to pick off any, I think it's just like rust. I pretty much failed chemistry, so don't quote me on this, but you can see a lot of old Louis Vuitton pieces or in any vintage pieces in general, there's always some sort of weird grain buildup on the edges of each piece of hardware on the purse. So normally I would use this to pick it out first and then start using the polish here. So totally didn't need 4. It came in a set of 4, but it does come in handy from time to time. Moving on over to the renovating cream. So I did a full-blown video on this, so definitely check that video out. I bought 2 of them. The difference between the 2 of these, this one's going to be much more concentrated, whereas this one, I use this one more often, but this one will be if you have a large surface area. It does condition plus give you a little bit of color deposit for your particular bag. I only bought black because I am way too afraid of using other colors for the leather bags because black is black, right? You can get away. There's a lot of give when it comes to black bags if you are looking to touch different scratches up. Whereas if you have a beige bag or if you have a white bag or red bag or anything of that sort, it's hard to get the particular red or beige to look exactly the same. So if I'm looking to purchase a bag and I'm looking for a project to restore the particular bag, I usually go with black bags as opposed to, a beigey one. When it comes to an Amazon buy for my Picotin, I wanted to talk about my insert that I bought. I know when it comes to your bags, you want to get an insert that fits pretty well. And there are a lot of options. I've heard of Zumoni. I heard of PR47, 765. I don't know. I can't remember. There's all these different brands that are out there where they make custom ones that are going to fit like a glove for your Hermes bag, for your Birkin, whatever it is. But to me, I was willing to try it out. This thing was like, I don't know, $30, $25. So it actually fit pretty nice. Do I want to spend money on an insert that is $300? Probably not, especially for something that is meant to slouch like this particular Picotin. I'm willing to let it start slouching. I don't know, I'm so torn. Like, should I be using this to keep the structure or let it slouch how it's supposed to be, right? But then also this particular one can help you keep the inside of your bags clean, right? But it did, once I stored it, it did come out to be this kind of weird looking shape when you don't hold it up like this. I just need to use this bag a little bit more so I can feel out. But if you want to test out an insert, this is a great option that doesn't break the bank. It does come with a little pouch here where you can zip up and keep your belongings safe, just because the Picotin is a wide open, little tote thing, right? The other one that I wanted to talk about, and you've seen this little cosmetic pouch over and over again, but I've been loving it so much that I wanted to recommend it as well, just because it is, oh look, I'm gonna put that over there. Just because it is really convenient. It's a little bit bigger than I prefer, but what I love about this is that everything is you can see everything when you open it, right? Because it actually allows you to stand your things up vertically. Like I can see my Tide pen, I can see my Altoids, and I can see my little Dior lipstick, as well as my Glossier, right? I can easily grab it. Whereas if you find a pouch, whether it's a Louis Vuitton one or if it's the Dior cosmetic pouch, it's in a little crescent shape. And when you open it, everything is horizontal. So you got to go flipping through to see what you're trying to find. Whereas this one, you can find anything you want very easily. The last thing I wanted to talk about in regards to purses, I do have another section I want to cover if you're going to be interested. But this one is something I purchased frantically when I found out I was going to a Billy Joel concert. I didn't end up needing it, but I still was like safe and sorry. So a little story here. I actually went to the Backstreet Boys concert. I want to say by this time now, it's like a year and a half ago. Super excited. I waited 2 years to see this freaking concert. But I had my Chanel Walk, which you basically can't fit much in the beginning with, right? I showed up thinking that the Chanel Walk is perfectly fine, but security, one of them actually was trying to let me pass because he's like, okay, you obviously can't fit anything in here. But the supervisor came over and chewed him out for it, where they had this wooden brick thing that they pieced together, and basically it's like this big of a hole. And if your purse is bigger than this little hole, they won't let you pass. So I had to go back to my car, walk a million miles to put my Chanel, which I don't want to leave my Chanel purse in the car, especially in like a concert parking lot, right? So I didn't want that to happen again. And so I frantically purchased this, trying to find a clear bag option so I can bring my 2 phones as well as, a wallet or whatever, right? This particular one was, if you look on Amazon, all of the concert bags that are available look terrible. They're so ugly. Like, why would anybody spend money on that? Just because they're clear doesn't mean they need to be ugly, right? So I finally found this one, which I thought was actually not bad looking. Capacity wise, obviously is not very big, so you can't bring your whole life with you. But you know me, I can pare down very easily. So I was able to fit 2 phones in here, a little key pouch, and was immediately able to pass through security really easy. So these are all the things that are related to purses. So I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna pop on over to the equipment I use to film YouTube, and I've gone through a lot of them. So for those of you who are inspired to maybe start a channel, or perhaps you're looking to make some changes to the equipment that you are using for filming YouTube videos, obviously I am not a popular YouTuber. I'm just getting started. So I don't have the budget to, okay, all right, take that with a grain of salt, right? Obviously I have budget to buy like thousands of dollars worth of bags, but For me to invest that much money into YouTube, which is at this point just a hobby, right? Once I get better, maybe I'll invest in better equipment, but I really don't want to focus on, the special effects or whatnot. I just want to keep it plain and simple, have a conversation like I am, as a friend to you, sitting in front of you, talking to you about content, right? I want to focus my time on content. So I just want to share some really cost-effective equipment that if you are looking to do Instagram, or if you are looking to start a YouTube channel, maybe this will provide some inspiration. All right, so I have my equipment in front of me that I do use for filming my YouTube videos. The first thing I want to go over is the stand. This one I found to be the most useful out of all the ones that I've tried, and I think I've tried maybe 2 or 3 of them. It opens up into a tripod, and it can extend to as high as you want. This part is also adjustable. It did come with like a phone holder, which I have since then got rid of because it's stretched out, so I didn't really like that, and it was filming in a really weird, crooked way. And for those of you who have been following me for a while, you probably saw that happen. I also upgraded my phone, so my videos have gotten way better in terms of quality. So for this one, I replaced the phone holder, and this just twists off. You can just unscrew it. And this one is a magnet. So I do have a ring holder / magnet all in one. Again, I'll link that down below. That is glued or attached to my phone case, so I can easily just pop it on here and there's just suction. The magnet here is really strong, so you can adjust it so that you have the right angle for your video. And I also love this one because it is large enough for me to use it multiple times, and I use this for not just filming YouTube videos. I do film my unboxings, because when you get stuff from Japan or just anywhere, and I usually force my boyfriend to do this as well when he's opening any car parts. If it shows up damaged, you can film yourself opening the box, and if there's any damage, you can obviously use that as evidence, right? And it's small enough that it actually fits, like if you put it diagonally into your carry-on, I can bring this with me everywhere. So the other thing I want to talk about is going to be the microphone that I use. So originally, I just bought the one-person mic. It has worked fine. Obviously, there's little adjustments that you have to make when it comes to the volume. You have to take a look at, make sure there's a little bit of cracking sometimes, or if there's a buzz. And I did notice, remember my video where I talked about how there's designer bags I do not like? I was wearing a necklace, and apparently this metal part, this is the microphone piece, this is the receiver that you attach to your phone. The microphone piece right here is metal, and it was touching my metal necklace, and obviously it interfered with it. That's what I figured out. So I got this, which is a one-person option. Little did I know, I was gonna look at the 2 microphone option. I was like, nah, nobody's ever gonna talk with me on a YouTube channel. And obviously you saw my friend's fake collection that we went over a little while back, and I had to get a 2-person microphone. There's maybe like $30 or $40 between the 2 options. Just spend the money, because you never know, right? Well, I ended up having to buy the other one, which is actually kind of cool because you have to charge using like a Type-C USB or Type-C USB. But this one, it comes with a charging case. So if you ever want to do vlogs, like for example, I'm going to Paris relatively soon. I don't know if I would be talking as I'm filming and walking in the streets of Paris, but I might just bring it just in case. So it's nice to have a charging case. So this receiver goes in there, and then the other one is that's on me goes in here as well. Just keep in mind, you do want to buy this particular attachment. This came with the whole microphone package, but you do have to buy this particular adapter. It's like $8 or $10. where you can plug it into the charging port of your phone and it actually hooks everything up. So that's just one extra step you have to do. Now, if you're using like a regular camcorder or camcorder, do those even still exist? If you're using like a GoPro or something, I think the audio jack will just go right into your GoPro. I decided to purchase a box light, like a soft box light, if I'm saying that correctly. It came in a set of two and a carrying, like a travel case. And for the two of them, it was like $40. So it was really cheap, a really good investment because then it shows proper lighting regardless of what the weather is like outside. And of course, the last thing I'll just quickly cover is going to be the kitchen scale. Nothing fancy. I know most of you do enjoy for me to weigh some bags. It's just a regular kitchen scale. Probably not the most accurate. Maybe it is. I don't know. To me, it works. So I use the regular cheapo $8 one from Amazon by Amazon Basics. So again, I'll link everything down below. So I really hope this was helpful. Again, everything purse related. And of course, if you are interested in starting a YouTube channel and you're trying to figure out what to get as your setup, this is the bare essentials. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and of course less than retail. So I'll see you next time. Oh, Toby's streaming. Toby.